Live from Tetro Davis Field on the campus of Fairfield Warde High School, it's varsity football on the DAF Media Network. Tonight in the FCIAC, it's the Fairfield Warde Mustangs taking on the undefeated Darien Blue Wave. Hi everybody, Damian Andrew joining you. Thanks for joining us on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Joining me on the call tonight is a former Blue Waver himself, Matt DeAndrea. And Matt, so glad you could be with us. Bye week last week for the Blue Wave. They get back after it against a Fairfield Warde program. Terrific head coach in Duncan Della Volpe, and certainly big night for them under the lights Friday night against the #1 team in the state. And we are just about ready for kickoff here, and we are under a little squig kick that's fielded around the 20-yard line by Darien, and a nice return for Sean Gifford, the junior, and Darien will march out onto the field. Fairfield Warde won the coin toss. They deferred to the second half, so Darien gets the ball first on offense here, and they will start operating in pretty good field position around the 38-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Blue Wave. Cooper Hancock swings it out to the near side of the field to Andrew Lucas, and he picks up a couple, gets to about the 40-yard line.
Gain of 2 yards.
You know, when you played, it was not as much spread as we see now. Now all these teams like to throw it all over the ball field.
Yeah, that's right, Damian. Darien has changed into a pro-style offense. They run the spread, and they got away from the traditional ground and pound run game.
And Lucas is wrapped up right around the line of scrimmage. So it's 3rd down and 8, ball on the 40-yard line. Beautiful night here, beautiful fall night, Friday Night Lights, high school football, and thanks for watching us on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew alongside Matt DeAndrea. And here's Hancock, rolls right, looking downfield, puts it up, going for Herget, and that is incomplete. Well defended by Fairfield Warde on the play. And that was a nice play by R.J. Alfeld.
Yeah, Warde did a good job sitting back in coverage on 3rd and long. Sat back in the zone and defended that pass very nicely.
So Darien's punt unit is on the field as it's 4th down, and the Blue Wave will punt it away here as Andrew Donovan, Darien's punter, gets off a good one. Fair catch, and the ball bounces it around the 30, takes a Blue Wave bounce inside the 10-yard line, so a terrific punt by Donovan. Punter's bounce there, Matt.
Definitely. That was a great Blue Wave bounce right there.
So the Fairfield Warde offense comes onto the field for the first time this evening as Darien 3 and out to start the game. So a good start for the Mustangs defensively. And it's Joey Gulbin, the junior quarterback for Warde, out of the shotgun. You'll see a lot of spread from the Mustangs. Their head coach, a offensive guru, and he swings it far side of the field. It's caught complete. Will Stearns, the senior receiver. Nice gain there on 1st down.
2nd down and 3 to go. Ball's on the 16.
Matt, what do you expect from Darien? Interesting game, interesting week on the road, coming off a bye week. Sometimes you can get a little complacent coming off a bye week. We'll see what happens here. We're just underway, first quarter, under 10 minutes remaining. First offensive possession for the Fairfield Warde Mustangs. Here's Golden. And the handoff wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Big push by that front four of Darien.
Yeah, Damien, it's tonight's going to be interesting to see what the Blue Wave has. Coming off a bye week, like you said, teams can come out lackadaisical, but we'll see. Every game matters from here on out, and it's just going to be interesting to see what Blue Wave is going to bring tonight.
3rd and 3 for Fairfield Warde. Big play for both teams here. And the pass is nearly picked off by Sam Wilson. The junior had a beat on it, and that was nearly a pick six. As we are going to take another look at this right here, Wilson in great position. The intended receiver was Connor Burt, the junior for Fairfield Warde, but a really nice play defensively by the Blue Wave.
Yeah, Damien, inches away from being a pick six right there.
So Fairfield Warde will punt it away. And a pretty good punt as Herget backs up, fields it around the 44-yard line, takes it across the 50, shedding tacklers, and he is finally brought down at around the 48-yard line.
Taken just inside the Mustang territory, tackle made by number 50, Tommy O'Connell.
Tommy O'Connell of Fairfield Warde in on that tackle of Tyler Herget. So the Blue Wave offense back out on the field. 8:53 left in the first quarter. Here's Hancock looking downfield. Throws complete inside the 40.
Pass complete.
And a nice catch by Herget on the far side of the field. Herget obviously has had a big season for Darien. Over 226 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, Damien Cooper, he stood in there and delivered a strike.
Here's Lucas as Darien keeps it on the ground. And he picks up nearly a first down as he takes it to about the 26-yard line.
Yeah, that's a strong run there by Lucas. I know a lot of the coaches are very fond of him. He runs really hard downhill and always falls forward.
Darien with 2 backs that they will use, Will Kirby and, of course, Andrew Lucas, who is getting the lion's share of the work early on here. Here's Hancock going up top and incomplete. And it was intended for Tyler Herget. Just put a little bit too much on that ball, but...
yeah, the Warde defender, though, was in good position to defend that pass.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Jeff Saganos Jr. of Fairfield Warde. Beautiful night here in Fairfield, Connecticut. We are at Tetro Davis Field. Brand new turf here for the Mustangs, and Darien back to the ground. Lucas gets the call again.
Darien just came out in that tank formation that we see so much in short down scenarios, and it looks like they converted it.
They did. They picked up the first down, so a first down Blue Wave as they are inside the 25-yard line here. Ball on the 23. 1st and 10 for Darien. Trip receivers to the left. Here's Hancock. Gets flushed out of the pocket. Throws it on the run, and it is complete. Did he stay in bounds? And they are saying he stayed in bounds. Tyler Herget with quite a catch for the Blue Wave.
Yeah, that was a really athletic play by Tyler Herget right there. Highlight reel sort of play right there.
Yeah, he was able to keep 1 foot in bounds on a tightrope there. Here's Lucas as Darien goes to the ground up the middle. He's in the end zone. That's a touchdown, Darien. So the Blue Wave strike first with 7:28 remaining in the first quarter. On their second offensive possession, Darien puts a drive together, and they score on an Andrew Lucas touchdown run.
Yeah, Damien, that was a great run by Andrew Lucas, but you got to give credit to the offensive line. They had a great push right there, anchored by Will Keating, senior at Darien.
So Kirby on to attempt the point after. The snap is down, the kick is up, and it is good. So it
just squeaked in there, Damien.
It did. It just squeaked in there, Matt. Damian Andrew alongside Matt DeAndrea, thanks so much for joining us here at Tatro Davis Field on the campus of Fairfield Warde High School. Used to be Fairfield High School before they split into two schools, Fairfield Warde and Fairfield Ludlow. Darien on the board first, so they score. It is 7-0 Blue Wave. And these are the kind of nights, Matt, that you just love as a high school football player. Crisp, autumn evening, beautiful night, weather not a factor. That's what it's all about.
That is exactly what it's all about, as well as, you know, some of the fans out here are already dressed up in some Halloween attire, which you love to see.
You're absolutely right. And a good crowd here at Tatro Davis Field. The number 1 ranked team in the state, and taking on Fairfield Warde. The Mustangs 3-2, Darien 5-0.
25 Donovan setting up the kick.
And Darien will kick it off here. The Blue Wave in the white jerseys, Fairfield Warde in the black, and number 21 for Fairfield Warde, Chris Adu, the sophomore, fields it. Chris Adayu, and it's the ball will be at around the 19-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Fairfield Warde as they try to match what Darien just did and string a drive together and find the end zone. As I mentioned, this Fairfield Warde team is 3-2. Darien undefeated, the number 1 ranked team in the state. Warde with wins over Stamford, Central, and Danbury. And here's Golbin. Joey Golbin, the quarterback. And he's going to keep it and run. And he's brought down at around the 21-yard line. So a couple there for Golbin. And that looked like that play broke down a little bit for Fairfield Warde.
Definitely started on the offensive line. Darien brought some pressure, and they got to the quarterback, made him scramble. But, you know, good decision by Golbin.
Yep.
You know, gaining the yards, not losing any, and, you know, making it second and manageable.
So he picks up 3. The ball spotted on the 22. So 2nd and 7 here for Fairfield Warde. Trip receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right, and Golbin is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. A big play for Darien. John Henry Slaneski in on that sack of Golbin.
Okay, so now it's going to be 3rd down and 11 to go.
So now it's 3rd and long here, 3rd and 11 for the Fairfield Warde Mustangs. And a passing situation you would think, Matt, here.
Yeah, Damien, big 3rd down here. Got to move the chains if you want to keep up with Darien.
Three receivers out to the left, 1 receiver to the right,
Darien.
and it's nearly picked off by Bruce Ferguson. Bruce Ferguson with nearly an interception. Tough throw by Golbin, and you can see well defended by Bruce Ferguson as he nearly picks that off. And we want to give a shout out to the Ferguson family, who's back home in Darien having a viewing party. Thanks for tuning in to the DAF Media Network for this high school varsity football matchup between the Blue Wave and the Fairfield Warde Mustangs. Nice punt. Herget will let it bounce. He picks it up, one hop off the bounce, and he brings it across the 50-yard line, far side of the field, across the 40, across the 30. So a nice return by Tyler Herget, and that is what he can do for Darien head coach Rob Trefone. He is that athletic. You know, a long line of Hergets, great athletes at Darien, and Tyler, the latest in a long line of terrific athletes in that family.
Definitely. I did play with Todd Herget. He was a great receiver for us back in the 2011 season, and, we're happy to have another Herget back out there.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Blue Wave on the Fairfield Warde 29-yard line. Trip receivers to the left. Hancock throws to the far side of the field. Flag is down. Pass is complete to Cason Stone. And we are going to have movement on Darien.
Yeah, it just looks like someone jumped a tad early. Going to be 1st down and 15.
So a false start on the Blue Wave, so it'll be 1st and 15. Here's Hancock out of the shotgun again, and he gives it to Kirby, but he is met by a number of Fairfield Warde defenders, including Griffin Galati.
Yeah, Damien, it looks like Darien tried to run the draw play, and there was just nothing going on that. Ward did a good job of, stopping it for a short loss.
Great ball fake by Hancock. Under 5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. 7-0 Darien. Here's Hancock looking downfield, puts it up, and it's overthrown, incomplete. The intended receiver was Austin Damel. So many receivers on this Darien team, so many weapons. Stone caught a pass. Damel here. So now it's 3rd and long for the Blue Wave.
This actually might be 4-down territory. Let's see if Darien picks up a few and goes for it on 4th down.
Here's Hancock looking to his right, and the pass is underthrown. Intended receiver Tyler Herget on the far side of the field. So it'll bring up 4th down, and it looks like Darien will punt.
Good stop by Fairfield Warde there. They really needed that. They capitalized on an early Darien penalty.
2 good defensive stops by Fairfield Warde on Darien's first possession and on their 3rd possession here. And so Donovan will punt for the Blue Wave.
Short punt here, Damien.
And it stays in bounds at around the 19-yard line. Fairfield Warde will take over. So the Mustangs offense back out onto the field. And what do they need to do, Matt DeAndrea, to get something going against a very good Blue Wave defense?
Damien, I think they need to come out here right away and run a play-action play. Come back, ground and pound the next couple plays, and then try to hit one deep. Darien is so explosive that you need to keep up with them throughout the game. And I think they do that by running a little play action right here.
Golden under center, the pitch out.
Dayu on the carry. First in on the tackle, number 8, Blake Seller.
And it's Chris Dayu, the sophomore running back.
12 to go. Ball on the 18.
He loses 2 yards there, so it'll be 2nd and 12 for the Mustangs. Matt DeAndrea taking off the jacket, settling in. Nice warm booth here. I brought hand warmers. I brought everything in case we were in for a cold evening, but it's very comfortable in this booth. Great perch here. at Fairfield Warde. Tatro Davis Field. And here's Golban out of the shotgun again. Throws downfield. He's got a man open, and it's broken up by Jackson Peters with a nice defensive play for Fairfield Warde.
Golban,
for Darien, rather.
Golban had a receiver open. He just missed him. Great play by Darien, but I think Golban will want that one back.
Will Stearns, the intended receiver there. He was open, just a little underthrown by Golban. Fairfield Warde played the #1 ranked team in the state in the second week of the season, losing to St. Joe's, then the #1 ranked team. 44-6 was the final on that one. Here we are again in week 6, and Fairfield Warde is playing the #1 ranked team in the state. Again, ball's on the turf. Golban falls on it. And the punting unit for Fairfield Warde back out onto the field. Warde has looked good defensively in spots here. The offense still has yet to generate any kind of offense. Under 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Damian Andrew alongside Matt DeAndrea. Thanks so much for joining us. And the punt is away. And it'll be downed at about the 36-yard line. Darien will come out onto the field. We were hoping to have former Fairfield Warde assistant coach Gary Kuhn on the broadcast this evening. He was unable to make it. Traffic, as always, on a Friday, as you know, in southwestern Connecticut on 95 northbound is a parking lot, to say the least.
To say the least is right. I was coming from Stanford today, and it took me almost an hour and a half to get here.
Yeah, I know we talked earlier in the week, and when I said it was a 6 o'clock start, you paused and said that one might be tough. But so glad to have Matt DeAndrea with us. Not much doing there on first down for Darien. Want to give a shout out to our DAF Media production crew, Ted Brennan, who you'll hear from at the half, Ben Olson, Jackson Leone. Here's Hancock, gives it to Kirby. Nice play, Darien. And Kirby is finally brought down.
Damien, that was a great job on second down. Darien came out in 21 personnel, 2 running backs and a tight end, and they ran the ball right up the middle and, picked up a couple.
So the ball will be on the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 5, ball on the 30 for Darien. So big play for both teams here. 1:25 remaining in the quarter. And the fake to Kirby. And that's a complete pass on the far side of the field. Will Rolap with the catch, and he gets the first down. That's the first we've heard. Sorry, Matt, that's the first we've heard of Will Rolap this evening. Go ahead, sorry.
Damien, great job there by Darien coming out in heavy personnel and running the play action off of that. They only needed to pick up a couple, and it looks like they did.
So Darien on the move here. Hancock gives it to Lucas, and Lucas is met at the line of scrimmage.
Lucas on the carry. Stop right around the line of scrimmage.
Great stop on first down by Warde right there. That's exactly what they needed.
Gain of 1 yard, second down and 9 to go.
Great defensive effort by the Mustangs under 35 seconds remaining here in this opening quarter. 7-0 Darien. And flag on the play. False start on Darien. So that will back up the Blue Wave 5 yards.
And that hurts, Damien. They had a good drive going. We saw it on the last series where they came out on first down and had a false start penalty, set them back to 1st and 15, and they just could not recover. Let's see what Darien can do now with a little longer first down. Excuse me, second down.
2nd and 14. Ball on the 27. Here's Hancock. He has nobody downfield, throws it to the far side of the field. It's incomplete, and that will do it for the end of, that'll do it for the first quarter. Brings the first quarter to an end. 7-0 Darien. We will take a quick break, and we will be back with more football here on the DAF Media Network. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew and Matt DeAndrea joining you. Thanks for joining us. So it is 3rd and long here for Darien in the white jerseys with the blue pants. Here's Hancock, and he throws it over the middle, incomplete.
Dangerous play there, Damian. Looking for the screen over the middle, but it just wasn't there. We would like to see Hancock just throw it at his feet right there and live another day.
We've seen both quarterbacks, Hancock and Golbin, make some precarious throws here in this first half. Fourth down, Darien going for it. Here's Hancock looking downfield, throws to the far side of the field. Pass is complete. Austin Damel with the reception short of the first down, so Ward takes over on downs. 11:34 remaining in the second quarter.
Another good stop there by Ward. That's a really big stop for them. Come back, get the offense out in the field, and let's see what they can do.
16-yard line.
So Fairfield Warde takes over on downs, and they will start to operate here on offense at their own 15-yard line. Joey Golbin, he's got trip receivers to his left, 2 receivers to his right. Snap is low, throws over the middle, pass is incomplete. It was intended for Jack McKenna, number 81, the tight end.
Second down.
So the snap was low, the pass was low.
And Darien brought pressure again here, Damian. You see that's a trend early in this game. Darien is resorting to bringing pressure.
Of course, a big part of that Darien defense, Matt, as you know, Connor Fay right in the middle of it all, the defensive captain, one of the 4 captains for Darien. And here's Golbin, the handoff, and nothing doing there for Fairfield Warde.
Connor Fay is a great player. I've spent a lot of time with him, and he continues just to impress me.
Loss of 1, 3rd down, 11 to go.
Yeah, terrific player, terrific kid. We've said that before on these broadcasts. Adayu. Joe Janai on that last carry. Is he in the backfield? Here's Golbin. Golban, he throws it out of bounds. The intended receiver was McKenna, Jack McKenna. So again, pressure again by the Darien defense. That'll bring up 4th down. Ward deep in their own end. They will punt this away. I want to give a shout out to one of our DAF media members, Peter McLean, who is watching the game. Thanks for tuning in, Pete. Pete will be on some broadcasts next week for DAF media. Herget is back to receive at around the 50-yard line. Short punt. Herget lets it bounce, and then he picks it up, and he is brought down by Adayu. Chris Adayu with a nice open field tackle of Tyler Herget. Darien will go to work on offense at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, that was great punt coverage right there, holding them to a minimal gain on the return. Adayu, does a good job getting down the field and wrapping them up for a short gain.
So the Darien offense back out on the field. Cooper Hancock checking his wristband. We've got a flag.
Another penalty on 1st down here for the Blue Wave.
Movement again by Darien. And so that'll back them up 5 yards. The ball spotted at the 40, at their own 49-yard line. So it's 1st and 15 for the Blue Wave. Darien up 7-0 in what has been a very entertaining first half here. Here's Hancock, finds Rolap, pass is complete near side of the field, and he is pushed out of bounds. Pushed out of bounds by Jeff Saganos.
Damian, smart play by Darien right there. They're pushed back to 1st and 15. They come out, hit the back out of the backfield and pick up a short gain, make it 2nd down and manageable.
So 2nd down here for the Blue Wave. Here's Hancock looking over the middle. Pass is complete to Peter Bradle. That's his first catch of the evening. And he is brought down at the 21-yard line. 1st down Blue Wave as they are on the move here with 2 quick passes. They find Rolap and then Bradle. Quick strikes. Here's Hancock, and he gives it to Lucas. Lucas takes it inside the red zone.
Lucas, the ball carrier.
You can hear faintly the Fairfield Warde marching band in the background. They do a terrific job here. I want to thank Fairfield Warde Athletic Director Seth Fry for being so helpful in our setup here tonight at Tetro Davis Field. And I believe we have a timeout, Fairfield Warde, and that is in fact the case. We will take a quick timeout, and we will be right back with more football on the DAF Media Network. Darien up 7-0, 9:30 remaining in the first half. Welcome back. You are watching Varsity High School football on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. 9:30 remaining in the first half, 7-0 Darien, 2nd and 6, ball on the 17-yard line. Here's Hancock, throws quickly to his right, and it's complete to Tyler Herget. And Herget takes it inside the 10-yard line. R.J. Ilfeld, the tackle for Fairfield Warde. Damian Andrew, Matt DeAndrea joining you. Thanks for joining us for this FCIAC matchup between Darien and Fairfield Warde. There's Lucas. And he is gang tackled by Fairfield Warde as that hole just collapsed pretty quickly.
Great job by the Fairfield Warde defensive line, like you said, collapsing that hole, making it hard to run through there. You know, they've done a pretty good job all night, though, Damian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, defensively, the Mustangs have been up for the task. Here's Hancock. And he is brought down behind the line of scrimmage by a host of Mustangs. Ryan Jans in on that tackle. As you can hear the Fairfield Warde faithful in the stands reacting to that one. Big play, so now it's 3rd down. Ball's on the 12-yard line. 3rd and goal, so a big play here for Darien. Here's Hancock thrown into the end zone, and we've got a flag.
There is a flag.
The intended receiver was Bradle, and we've got
Defensive hold.
a hold on Fairfield Warde. So a pass interference there on the Mustangs.
It should be just 5 yards and an automatic first down for the Blue Wave. Warde giving Darien a gift right there. They were pushed back, 3rd and long, incomplete pass, and now they have a fresh set of downs to work with.
So a costly penalty for Fairfield Warde. 7:51 remaining here in the first half. It's 3rd down here for Darien. Here's Hancock over the middle. Pass incomplete, and we've got another flag.
There is a flag. Ruling is pass interference on the defense.
So a pass interference call on the defense.
It looks like the Warde defender just got there a bit early.
Hancock threw into a host of Fairfield Warde defenders. So it's 3rd down here for the Blue Wave. Into the end zone, and that is a touchdown. Andrew Lucas, 3-yard touchdown reception. Darien marches, or I should say, puts together a nice drive there and is able to take advantage of a couple of costly Warde penalties, and they stick it in the end zone as it's Andrew Lucas with the reception for the touchdown. And here's Will Kirby on to attempt the point after.
That was a good play by Darien, finding the back once again out of the backfield and, you know, delivering a strike and for the score, putting them up 14-0.
And the point after is good. It's 14-0 Darien, 7:46 remaining in the first half. Blue Wave up 14-0. We'll take a quick break. You're watching the DAF Media Network. We are back here on the DAF Media Network. You are watching high school varsity football live here from Tetro Davis Field. Andrew Donovan kicks off for Darien after their second touchdown. And Jeff Saganos returns it across the 30-yard line. So a nice return by Saganos.
Looks like Sagano ran over a Darien defender and carried him a couple yards.
Nice return by Saganos, the senior, 5'9", 185 pounds. So Warde will start on their own 33-yard line. So decent field position to start this drive for the Mustangs. And if you're Fairfield Warde, imperative to try to get something here before the end of the first half, try to get something going on offense. There's Joey Golden. And he gives it to Joey Janaj. And he is wrapped up.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12, ball on the 31.
Under 7 minutes remaining here in the opening half. 14-0 Darien. Damian Andrew alongside Matt DeAndrea. And here's Golben out of the shotgun. And they keep it on the ground again. And
the ball might have come loose, and Darien is saying that they do have it.
Aaron Ramirez was the ball carrier. He coughs it up. I did not see that ball come out. And it is ruled a fumble, and Darien will take over in Mustangs territory. So a big defensive play for Darien. Not what Fairfield Warde was looking for, as the Blue Wave take over with very good field position. Here's Hancock, looking to the far side of the field, complete to Rolap. He gets out of bounds. That stops the clock.
To number 2, Will Rolap.
So a fortuitous
Gain of 7 yards, 2nd down and 3 to go.
fumble for Darien.
Ball on
Up
the
2
30,
touchdowns,
29-yard line.
and you get the ball back late in the first half. Here's Hancock. Over the middle, the Rolap complete. He picks up some yards after the catch, takes it inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like Rolap just got lost out there. He had no one around him, and he picks up a nice gain for Darien.
First down, Darien. Ball is on the 14.
So it's 1st and 10 for Darien. Here's Hancock. Puts it up into the end zone, and that is incomplete.
Is incomplete.
Intended receiver was Will Rolap again. Here's Hancock as we take another look. Puts it up there, and had he caught that ball, he would have been out of bounds.
2nd down.
So 2nd and 10, Darien. And Will Kirby picks up a couple. Not much doing there.
Damien, that was a really good stop by the Warde defense right there. Really timely, and they needed that if they're going to hold Darien to minimal points here on this drive.
We take a look at Hancock. A little reverse here, a little trickery by Darien. Austin Damel is finally brought out of bounds, but the handoff to Kirby, and then Damel takes the pitch and picks up a few. The ball is spotted at about the 6-yard line. It's 4th down. Darien will go for it. 4-down territory, certainly.
Big 4th down here for both sides, Damien.
Timeout, Mustang.
So Fairfield Warde head coach Duncan Della Volpe wants to talk things over. He takes a timeout as the Warde defense will gather themselves and see if they can make a stop here. Big 4th down for both teams, as Matt DeAndrea just alluded to. Darien up 14-0. Andrew Lucas with both touchdowns, a running touchdown and a receiving touchdown from the big fella. So here we go. We are back live on the DAF Media Network. 4th down for Darien, and they give it to Kirby, and he doesn't get it. So a big stop for Fairfield Warde on defense. That is a big play by the Mustangs. They cough it up on offense, give Darien great field position, and then they make a really nice defensive stand.
We're going to figure it out on the fly together, hopefully. I'd rather not do this. But yeah, if we can do it the real way, someone has a computer. We'll figure it out. If you can just hang out. Mustangs, 1st down from their own 5.
Joey Golbin runs out onto the field, gets in the huddle as Fairfield Warde will take over on downs, and they will take over at their own 5-yard line. 1st and 10, Mustangs. Golbin working out of the shotgun, and no gain on the play there, as it was number 21, Chris Adayu, with the carry.
Chris Adayu, the ball carrier. No gain. 2nd down.
We've seen multiple running backs for Fairfield Warde, about 3 different backs in this game. 3:12 remaining in the first half. Here's Golbin. 2nd down and 10. And they keep it on the ground again, and not much doing there either.
Taking the ball to the 8-yard line.
That was Adayu again. You almost get the sense that here we are under 3 minutes remaining.
3rd down.
Fairfield Warde down 2 scores, trying to run some clock, going to the halftime locker room, down 2 scores, not down more.
Right, and I'm pretty sure Warde gets the ball at half. But on that last play, Alex Quirk had a great defensive stop, swam to the offensive tackle and made the stop for a short gain.
Alex Quirk, terrific basketball player too. Here's Golbin, throws it up, and nearly caught by the big fella, number 81, Jack McKenna, as we take another look at this. threw it up there.
Yeah, it looked like there was some hand fighting going on there.
Blake Seller on the coverage. And we've got a flag on the field, Matt DeAndrea, so the officials sorting this out. So a gutsy play call. Fairfield Warde throwing it down the middle, trying to get a big chunk of real estate. And this will be against Darien.
Dead ball foul. Unsportsmanlike on the Mustangs. Didn't he also do roughing the passer? Looked like he said roughing the passer, too. You're roughing the passer during the play, and then after the play is unsportsmanlike.
So there's yellow flags all over. I think we're going to have a penalty on Darien and on Fairfield Warde here.
Yeah, it looks like it, Damien. Looks like they're offsetting penalties, and they're going to replay third down.
So they will replay third down here. It'll be 3rd and 7. Ball on. Actually, it's a first down. So it's a first down for Fairfield Warde. And they keep it on the ground.
Dayu's ball carrier.
Dayu gets the call there. So this will bring up now 2nd down.
Timeout, Darien.
Darien takes a timeout. So interesting, we had offsetting penalties. Darien gets the first down.
2nd down and 11.
That was interesting, Damien. I'm not sure where that came from, to be honest.
So they give him a first down for roughing the passer. Then they bring it back for unsportsmanlike.
As you can probably hear, the PA announcer here at Fairfield Warde trying to figure this out as well. So here's what we do know. 2:04 remaining in the first half. 2nd down. Ball
That's why we're up here. Those guys are
on the 10-yard line.
2nd down and 11.
Second down and 11.
2nd and 11 from the 11.
Here's Golden looking downfield. Throws it up there, and it's batted down by Bruce Ferguson. Another nice defensive play by Bruce Ferguson in that Darien secondary. As we take another look at this, Golden puts it up there. And Ferguson with really nice position there, as the intended receiver was Jeff Saganos for Fairfield Warde. Just an absolutely picture-perfect night here in Fairfield, Connecticut, Fairfield Warde High School, Tetro Davis Field. Brand new turf field. Here's Golden. Throws it up near sideline, and that is incomplete. The intended receiver was Will Stearns. In on that coverage was Jackson Peters. That's 4th down, 1:49 remaining, so still time for Darien to try to do something, put points on the scoreboard here in this first half. You would think they're going to get pretty good field position as Warde is backed up deep in its own end.
Great field position as well, some time on the clock to work with.
And Herget back to receive for Darien. Ball bounces, and it's going to be downed at the 44-yard line.
Down at the Mustang 44-yard line. First down for Darien.
Well, head coach Rob Trefone will break out the 2-minute offense here.
Yeah, let's see if Darien takes a shot early. They have time to work with and a short field, so I wouldn't be surprised if Rob Trefone comes out and takes a shot.
Trip receivers to the left, 2 to the right. They get it to Herget. It's complete, and he is taken down at the 35-yard line.
On the play for the Mustangs is number 21, Chris Adayu. Just short of the first down, 2nd and 1.
Chris Adayu, the tackle for Fairfield Warde. And that's Will Rolap on the far side of the field, complete. That's a first down. And it stops the clock. 1:15 remaining in the first half. 14-0 Blue Wave. Here's Hancock. Steps up, throws downfield. He's got a wide open Peter Bradle for the touchdown. So a big 35-yard touchdown pass. Cooper Hancock to Peter Bradle. As we take another look at this, great work by our crew here. How about that? He was wide open on the near side of the field, and he takes it in standing up.
Just no one around him there.
Jeff Saganos was the nearest Ward defender. And here's Will Kirby, the point after. It's up, and it is good.
Point after is good.
So it is 21-0 Darien with 1:05 remaining in the first half. And they go to the air, Herget, Rolap, and then Bradle. So we are going to take a quick break here. We'll be back with more live football. 21-0 Darien in front, 1:05 remaining in the first half. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Will Kirby kicking off after the Peter Bradle touchdown catch. And this is Will Stearns as he is tackled at around the 26-yard line. So 57 seconds remaining in the first half. It's 21-0 Darien. Seems a lot closer than that. Fairfield Warde has made a few nice stops defensively, just haven't been able to get anything going really on offense against this Blue Wave defense. So Golban now under center. He pitches out to Adayu, and Adayu is going nowhere.
Taken down for a loss.
As Sam Wilson in on that tackle. And the clock keeps running. We've seen that a couple of times in this first half from Fairfield Warde on offense. Mostly they're operating out of the shotgun spread situation, but that time Golban under center. We've seen that a couple times. He's gone under center.
Yeah, it looks like Ward's just trying to get to the locker room at this point and talk things over and come out for a second half.
Here's Golban. The pitch out to Adayu, and he is brought down by Connor Fay. Connor Fay in on the tackle. And that will do it for the first half, as both teams will head to the sidelines, talk things over. And we will take a break here on the DAF Media Network. Darien up 21-0. We'll be back.
If you live in Darien, most likely you've benefited from the Darien Foundation. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4 million in grants to the Darien Emergency Services, public schools, and community organizations.
My husband and I are so happy to be raising our 4 young children in Darien. Over the years, I have admired the projects that the Darien Foundation has supported, and I'm excited to be a member of the board helping to further support the Foundation's mission. Kids' eyes light up when they talk about learning and eating in the edible garden at Tokenique School. It certainly gives us peace of mind to know that if and when the next storm hits town, the Darien Library will always have power thanks to the Darien Foundation providing a generator.
This past year, the Darien Foundation has awarded $420,000 in grants to enhance our community. After years of being the only high school stadium in Fairfield County without lighting, Friday Night Lights came to Darien last fall. The Darien Lights Brigade led the charge, working with neighbors and town officials. The Darien Foundation came in with a grant to meet the crucial funding deadline. Now field hockey, football, soccer, and lacrosse players can play under the stadium lights. A team of high school students offer interactive STEM workshops alive with experiments in robotics, chemistry, and engineering to elementary school kids in Darien. The week-long summer camp and monthly Sunday programs have provided over 1,200 hours of hands-on learning to hundreds of grade school students. Built in 1778, the historic Mather Homestead was a safe house for locals to hide valuables and ammunition from the British Army. Owned by one family for over 2 centuries, the home was gifted to the Mather Foundation last year. Visitors can truly experience 18th century life via the original furnishings, family heirlooms, architectural details, and antique fireplaces. DAF Media puts high school students behind the cameras to live stream youth athletic games and community events. Some 30 student volunteers rotate to produce several live broadcasts each week, overseen by veteran TV anchor Damian Andrew. DAF Media leverages cutting-edge computer and camera technology to offer a fun and collaborative STEM learning experience. Parents and fans can watch games anywhere around the world. Darien is one of only a handful of towns in the United States to have a dedicated Boy Scout campground and cabin. Over 300 boys participate in 2 troops and 4 Cub Scout packs, and that number keeps growing. This June, ground will break on a new cabin and an expansion to the campground property.
Many of the grants we've given out have helped close capital funding gaps at several of our local nonprofit organizations. You can drive all over town and see projects that we've underwritten or supported, from the expansive renovations at the YMCA to the playground by the Sound and flagpole at Weed Beach, to the new sound system at the Darien Arts Center, and to the special operations vehicle at Darien EMS Post 53. I'm personally grateful to see my own family reap the benefits from the grants endowed by the Darien Foundation.
For 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien in offering our community organizations, emergency services, and schools a local resource to help them pursue innovation and excellence. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
We are back here at the half on the DAF Media Network up in the booth. Damian Andrew, and joining me at the half is our very own Ted Brennan. And Ted, a big first half for the Blue Wave on offense, 3 touchdowns, 2 by Andrew Lucas. Why don't you talk a little bit about those first half stats and highlights?
Well, for the Wave, Cooper Hancock, he was 15 of 24 tonight so far. He's got 142 passing yards, and he's thrown 2 touchdowns, one to Lucas on a 5-yard touchdown pass, and one to Bradle on a 35-yard touchdown. What a connection. Bradle on the night, he has 2 catches and 2 targets for 40 yards overall, plus that 1 touchdown. Lucas, He has 8 carries, 26 yards, 1 rushing touchdown, 2 catches, 5 yards, and 1 receiving touchdown. He's been all over the field tonight. But the big thing for the Darien defense was missed opportunities. There were maybe 2 or 3 balls in the air that Darien just got their hands on it and batted down. So a lot of missed opportunities for the Wave defense. As for Warde's offense, they haven't really been getting anything to go their way so far. Their quarterback, Joey Goldman, only has 2 completions for 7 yards out of the 8 he's thrown. Their running back, I apologize, I do not know.
Chris Adayu, yeah.
Chris Adayu.
Yeah.
He only has 6 carries for 2 yards. And then their leading receiver, he has 3 targets, 1 catch, 7 yards. So the Warde offense hasn't really been getting a lot to go their way.
It's been tough sledding for the Warde Mustangs offensively. Defensively, they've had some nice stops of this Darien offense.
Big third down stop.
Yeah, some big third down stops. But Ted, always great seeing you on the DAF Media Network. We will see much more of Ted Brennan, and we will take another quick break, and we will be back with more football live here on the DAF Media Network. Darien up 21-0 at the half. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew alongside Matt DeAndre. I want to thank Matt so much for joining us on this live stream of high school varsity football. 21-0, Darien in front. The DAF Media Network, of course, a joint venture of both the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. A shout out to our DAF Media production crew, Camera One, Ben Olson, our ISO camera, Jackson Leone, and our producer is Ted Brennan, doing a terrific job. You heard from Ted at the half. And we are just about ready to start the second half here as Fairfield Warde won the coin toss, and they deferred to the second half, so they will get the ball first here in the second half. Down 3 touchdowns. And really, this first possession for Fairfield Warde, important to say the least, just because they need to try to get something going on offense.
Definitely. Darien being up 21-0. It's a big half for Warde. Let's see if they can get something going and put some points on the board.
Saganos and Stearns are deep.
So Saganos and Will Stern back to receive for Fairfield Warde. And the ball is picked up off the turf by Adayu, and he takes it across the 30-yard line. He's still on his feet before he's brought down by James Morrissey, number 36, the junior. And so pretty good field position to start the second half for Fairfield Warde. Darien, of course, the number 1 ranked team in the state of Connecticut, undefeated. Beat Ridgefield in the season opener. Brian McMahon, a big win over St. Joe's, 22-7. Then they beat Stamford and beat Staples 2 weeks ago at home, 24-0. So the ball is spotted at the 35-yard line. Joey Gulbin, the Fairfield Warde quarterback, the junior, 6'2", 180 pounds. Low snap. Janai.
Golden hands off to number 1.
Joey Janai. So Janai.
That was a good stop by Sam Wilson on the defensive side. It looked like he was also trying to rip the ball out, cause another turnover.
A pickup of 4 for Janai. Second down and 6.
Almost 39. Yeah.
Another low snap. They hand off to Janai again. Nearly picks up the first down. Just shy of the first down. So it'll bring up a 3rd and short for
First man on the tackle.
Fairfield Warde. Say about a yard short, Matty.
Yeah, 3rd and short here. Let's see if the Warde can convert.
Blake Seller in on the tackle for Darien.
On the 44.
3rd and 1. Big play here for Fairfield Warde. They give it to Janai, and he is met in the backfield. Still on his feet, though. Loses the ball. Darien is signaling that they have it. And they do.
Wow, big
so
turnover.
Janai coughs it up.
And it is recovered by Darien.
How many times, you've done a lot of football coaching,
Fumble recovery made by number
you preach
37,
penalties
Alex
and turnovers. And that's a big turnover on the first drive of the game for Fairfield Warde.
Definitely. You know, the big thing that kills you is, you know, penalties, especially early on in drive, as well as turning the ball over. You got to protect the rock.
Here's Hancock now. 1st and 10 for Darien. Throws over the middle, complete at the 40-yard line.
Pass is complete. Gain of about 4.
And that was complete to Peter Bradle.
Hancock just fit in a nice little tight window right there. Nice little gain on first down.
Ryan Jans, the tackle for Fairfield Warde. Here's 2nd down. They give it to Lucas, and he is met in the backfield by 4 Fairfield Warde defenders, including Griffin Galati.
Yeah, Ward was not fooled there with the play action. They stopped him for a nice loss.
Third down.
Great penetration by that Warde defense. Just underway here in the second half. Thanks so much for watching the DAF Media Network. High school varsity football, 21-0 Darien on a beautiful night here in Fairfield, Connecticut. Here's Hancock, throws far side of the field, and ball is...
Connor's pass.
They're going to rule that a catch. And it's Peter Bradel.
Two guys are saying incomplete, and one guy is saying nothing. Pass is incomplete. Incomplete.
And it is going to be an incomplete pass, which is the correct call there, and that'll bring on the punting unit for Darien.
Yeah,
It was nearly, not to interrupt you, it was nearly a great catch, fingertip catch, but then he dropped it.
That's right. Bradel, doing everything that he could. It just looks like the ball was slightly underthrown.
Yep.
But the right call there.
Great point. And Donovan gets off a pretty good punt here. Fair catch at around the 15-yard line by Jeff Saganos. So the Warde offense comes back out onto the field. Fairfield Warde in the black uniforms with the silver helmets. Of course, they've got the Mustangs on those helmets. I think you'll agree, Matt DeAndrea, just a picture-perfect night. It was really cold last night. We did a boys soccer game in Darien last night. Darien against West Hill. The Vikings with an impressive win there over the Blue Wave, and it was downright cold. Tonight, of course, we're in the booth, but it's pleasant. A little chilly, but pleasant.
That's right. This is picture perfect. You can't ask for much more. And I'm sure the players out there are definitely enjoying this weather. This is football weather.
And here's the pass is complete across the middle to Adayu. So Golbin with a nice quick pass there. And the ball will be spotted at the 21-yard line.
Second down, 4 to go, gain of 6.
So a pickup of 6 yards. It'll be second down. And about 4 yards to go here. Golbin, low snap, picks it up, throws over the middle, and the pass is intended for McKenna, incomplete.
Third down and 4.
They had him. Pass just a little low, but McKenna open across the middle.
Yeah, good pressure there by Alex Quirk. He got off the edge fast, and he forced that ball to come out just a tad bit early.
We have nearly 80 views right now on our YouTube platform. I want to thank all of you for watching. Ball's batted up into the air. It'll be incomplete. Blake Seller reached out, tried to haul it in, just couldn't get there. So it's Fairfield Warde will punt this away as Palma comes on to punt for the Mustangs. And the ball is on the turf. He does, and he just gets it off. Wow. He did everything in his power to get that off, and he's able to get it off. Nearly blocked, and the ball will be spotted
Down at the 47-yard line.
at the 47. So Braulio Palma, wow. I thought that was going to be blocked, and he has somehow found a way to get that off.
Yeah, that was a good job by Palma getting that ball off. That could have been really costly for the Warde offense, or excuse me, for the Warde Mustangs, giving Darien a short field to work with.
So the ball is on the Warde 47. Here's Hancock looking downfield, and he's on the run, throws, and he's got Rolap on the far side of the field, complete. And I believe that'll be a first down for Darien.
That's a good job by Hancock, making something out of nothing. It looked like they were dead in the water, but he rolled out to his left and hit his receiver in stride for Blue Wave first down.
And that's a tough throw to make. And here's Rolap again, fighting for some more yards after the catch. Nearly another first down for Darien. It'll be a second down and a couple.
Gain of 7. Second down, 3 to go.
Here's Hancock, gives it to Lucas. Lucas, we've got a flag. Lucas is brought down right around the first down marker. Let's see what it is here, Matt. And it'll be holding on Darien. So they marked it very close to a first down. That'll negate that, as that'll back Darien up 5 yards. Again, we talked about penalties and turnovers at the outset of the second half.
Yeah, Darien's just keeping them in the game.
Down, 13 to go. Ball on the 38.
Second and 13 for the Blue Wave. Here's Hancock in trouble. Throws over the middle, complete for a Blue Wave first down. And that was Austin Damel.
Austin Damel. Tackle made by number 3, Jeff Saganos.
Saganos with the tackle for Fairfield Warde. So a first down, Darien.
Yeah, that's a good job by Hancock, finding his receiver in traffic and delivering a strike.
Here's pass incomplete. Will Rolap was the intended receiver. Saganos on the coverage. Saganos has played well for Fairfield Warde tonight. We've called his name a number of times. Here's Hancock, and the ball is batted down at the line of scrimmage.
Pass batted down at the line.
And that'll bring up third down for Darien.
Third down for Darien.
3rd and 10. There's Hancock. Throws near side of the field. Passes complete. And that'll be a Darien first down. Pass complete to Tyler Herget. He was brought down by R.J. Eifeld. And that's a Darien first down. They're in the red zone now. And on the move here, as Hancock looks to the sideline to get the play. Then he looks at his wristband. He's ready to go. So a fresh set of downs for the Blue Wave. 1st and 10. 6 minutes remaining. Throws it to the end zone. We've got a flag caught for a touchdown by Lucas, but this is probably coming back.
Yeah, it looks like this might have been a pick play on the Blue Wave. Pass interference downfield.
So a offensive pass interference. As we're going to take another look at this. Lucas wide open in the end zone. Nice pass by Hancock, but that will be called back on the pass interference by Darien. So that backs up the Blue Wave.
26-yard line.
Ball will be spotted at the 26-yard line of Fairfield Warde. It'll be first down for Darien.
That was a really costly penalty there. Darien was in the end zone, but now they're back at their 25.
Yep. Here's Hancock. Swings it out to Lucas. Pass is complete. He sheds a few tacklers, still on his feet. He's finally brought down at the 20-yard line, and we've got a flag. And then will that be a dead ball foul on Darien? So it's unsportsmanlike conduct on Darien. And the ball will be marked at the 35-yard line. Second down and long now.
35 to go.
Coach Trifone will not like that penalty. It's a dead ball foul, so it's going to be second down. It really just costly for the Blue Wave. They were in the end zone at one point, but now they're back at their 35.
There's Hancock. And he gives it to Lucas. Nice play. Lucas rumbles across the 30, and he's still on his feet as he brings it down to about the 20-yard line.
Ball carrier on a large gain.
So a nice run by Andrew Lucas, just kept the legs moving, kept him churning before he is brought down.
The 21-yard line.
So the ball spotted at the 21. Sorry, Matty.
That's a good play call by the Darien coaches. They ran that play early on in the game. They didn't get anything, and they came back to it. They trusted in Lucas, and he picked up a nice gain on second down, making it a third and manageable.
There's Hancock, throws to the near side of the field. That'll be pass interference. Pass is incomplete. That costly penalty there for Fairfield Warde.
Pass interference on the defense. Brings the ball to the original line of scrimmage, the 11-yard line. Third down and 10.
So it's 3rd and 10 after the pass interference for Darien here. Hancock rolls right, throws into the end zone, and that's a touchdown as he has Peter Bradle all alone in the end zone.
That's a really good job by Hancock, rolling out to his right, setting his feet, as you guys can see on this replay, and delivering another strike.
How about our replay, Matty? Take another angle look at it right here from our goal line camera.
Kirby setting up for the point after.
Nice work by our DAF media production crew on that one. We've got all the angles covered, and here's Will Kirby, the point after attempt. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So 4:19 remaining in the third quarter, 28-0 Darien as they extend their lead here. We will take a quick break here, and we'll be back with more football on the DAF Media Network. We are back to live football here. Darien kicks off after the touchdown, and the ball is fielded at around the 35-yard line by Darien, or by Fairfield Warde, rather. And the Fairfield Warde offense comes onto the field. 4-12, 28-0 Darien. Damian Andrew alongside Matt DeAndrea. So glad you could be with us on this DAF media broadcast of high school varsity football. Beautiful night here in Fairfield. Tetro Davis Field. Again, want to thank the entire Fairfield Warde athletic department, especially athletic director Seth Fry and athletic secretary Sean Saylor for all their help in getting this live stream up. Pass is incomplete on the far side of the field. It was Saganos was the intended Will Stearns was the intended receiver. My eyesight is not what it used to be, but
hey, I hear you.
We are really, actually, for those of you watching who have not been to Tetro Davis Field here on the campus of Fairfield Warde High School, the bleachers and the press box, beautiful facility, but we are really a distance from the actual playing field. It's set back off. Here's Golbin, 2nd down and 10, low snap again. Pass is complete across the 35, and I believe that was Saganos. It was.
Caught by number 3, Saganos. Gain of 3 yards. 3rd down, 8 to go. 3rd down, 7 to go.
You know, if you're Fairfield Warde now, Matty, you really have to start taking some chances down the field.
Definitely. If I were Warde right here, I would look for any indicator that Darien is playing tight coverage, and maybe you can get him with a double move and hit him downfield for a big gain. It looks like Darien is crowding the line of scrimmage, though. Warde is under center with the traditional eye back. And here we go, play action.
And he is brought down in the backfield. And that was number 9, Sam Wilson. Sam Wilson's had a couple of big plays. As we take another look, Wilson with the big play in the backfield, also in on that for Darien. Will Bothwell. Bothwell and Wilson pursuing Golden. And Wilson with the sack. And the punt is blocked.
He touched it. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
And yes! Fairfield Warde falls on it. This could be Warde ball. But it appears that the officials looked like it was almost touched by a Darien player.
It did look like that. Looks like the officials had a different view, though.
And this is going to be Darien ball as the ball is spotted on the 31-yard line. Warde's 31. So it's 1st down and 10 for Darien, up 4 scores, 28-0, 2:30 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Here's Hancock, and he is hit, nearly intercepted by Brandon Young. Was right there, the big fella, nearly intercepted.
2nd down. Yeah, sorry, we are on the 31. Sorry about that. 31 yards.
It looks like Peter Graham is in there for quarterback for the Blue Wave.
It is Peter Graham. He has replaced Cooper Hancock.
Hancock, he had a very good night tonight throwing the ball, as well as, making good game decisions, taking yards where he could get them, as well as, good clock management.
And that ball is picked off by Fairfield Warde, taken back by Will Stearns across the 50, across the 40, 30, before he is finally brought down. So Will Stearns with a big as Will Stearns with the interception on the far side of the field takes it across the 40, across the 30. It'll be spotted at the 29-yard line, so great field position here for Fairfield Warde with 2:03 remaining in the third quarter.
And this game is just not quite over. Fairfield Warde with that interception has some life again.
No question about it. Maddie, as you look out there, you got to miss it, right? Those Friday night lights.
Oh, man.
You got to play college football, too, up at Trinity.
I did.
And,
playing at Darien was an experience unlike no other. I loved playing for Coach Chaffone as well as some of the other coaches, playing with a lot of my lifelong friends. So, it was awesome. I also went up and played at Trinity College, like you said. I was able to play 4 years there. I played nose guard, and it was just a great experience. So, this, looking back out on the field, it makes me reminisce of the good times we had.
Second down and 12 to go, ball on the 31.
So it'll be 2nd and 12. The ball on the 31-yard line for Fairfield Warde. So a loss on that play. As we were talking about Matt DeAndrea's playing days. 2nd and 12, ball on the 21 for Fairfield Warde. Warde, of course, coached by their longtime head coach, Duncan Della Volpe. Terrific guy, terrific football coach. We've got a flag here.
Flag prior to the snap.
And it looks like it's going to be a false start.
When I played
Fairfield Warde, false start on Fairfield Warde. Excuse me, Matty.
When I played here, my junior year, we had a tight battle with Warde. We were down actually 14-0 at halftime, and we came back and rallied the troops and came back and won the game. That was when actually one of the Darien coaches now, Mike Money, was one of their best players. He was a really dominant offensive, defensive lineman.
And here is Golbin, steps up, throws, and it's complete for a touchdown. Will Stearns, what a play. As we will have to take another look at that. Will Stearns, the touchdown catch as Golbin steps up. And take another look at this. Matty DeAndrea goes up, double covered. And Golbin's able to put it in there where only Stearns can make the catch. As we take another look from our goal line cam. How about that? Drops it in there. Remind me a little bit of Aaron Rodgers' touchdown pass the other night.
Stearns did a great job. As a receiver, you're taught to go up and high point that ball, and that's exactly what he did. He went up and, snatched that ball out of the air and brought it down for the score.
So, wait a second. 28-7 as Fairfield Warde is on the board. They've still got a mountain to climb, but they are on the scoreboard, down 28-7 with 49 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's exactly what Warde needed. They needed a score, they needed it fast, and they got it.
Last call on the 50-50 raffle tickets. Last call on the 50-50 raffle. Final sales being made at the 50-yard line.
28-7 Darien, but boy, did that put some life into this Fairfield Warde fan base, as they like that. Golbin stepped up, and kickoff is picked up at around the 25-yard line as Austin Damel finally brought down.
Austin Damel, number 24, taken down by Mustang.
And he'll be
At the 31-yard
brought
line,
down at around the
first down,
31-yard line, 37.7 seconds.
It's going to be interesting to see how Darien responds here. They had the lead all game, and they still do, but, you know, Warde has the momentum right now.
And Cooper Hancock back in the game at quarterback for the Blue Wave. Trip receivers to the left. They keep it on the ground, or they give it. And this is a Darien turnover as Will Kirby fumbles the football. Fairfield Warde recovers it. And just when you thought this was a ho-hum 28-0 lead for the Blue Wave, all of a sudden Fairfield Warde,
they have life. They do.
Has life.
They have 1 quarter left, and you know, if they score here, it's a whole different ball game.
So another turnover for Darien, back-to-back turnovers. The interception and then the fumble. 29.3 seconds remaining, 28-7 Blue Wave. Here's Golbin, 3 receivers to his right. And that one is batted down by Connor Fay in the middle. And had he been able to intercept that, he was headed to the house because he had an open lane.
That was going to be 6, Damien, for sure. But great play by Fay. Warde came out in the bunch formation out to the right, and he wasn't tricked at all. He came out and defended that pass very beautifully. As you can see,
take another look
on the instant replay. Good job by Fay there.
Great job by our crew, Ben Olson, Jackson Leone, Ted Brennan. Yeoman's work. Second and 10 for Fairfield Warde. Here's Golbin, pressured, throws over the middle, and it is intercepted by John Henry Slaneski. So just like that, Darien gets it back. As we take another look here at the interception, he just threw it up there, did Golbin, and Slaneski picks it off. The intended receiver was Will Stearns.
First down from the 19.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Darien at the 19, their own 19, and not much doing on that play. And that will do it for the third quarter. It is 28-7 Darien. We will take a quick break. We'll be back with fourth quarter action here on the DAF Media Network. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network, about to start the fourth quarter between Darien and Fairfield Warde. Here's Cooper Hancock handing off to Will Kirby, and he takes it across the 35-yard line. So a nice pickup for Will Kirby, enough for the first down.
34-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 10 here. Fresh set of downs for Darien. Here's Hancock. Over the middle to Rolap. Rolap has room to run, and he is gone. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Will Rolap.
Touchdown, Darien.
A big play for Will Rolap.
Touchdown pass from Hancock to Rolap.
Yeah, Damien, that's just a small pitch and catch, a short pitch and catch, and he takes it to the house. That was an unbelievable play. Good throw, an even better drive by Rolap.
Will Rolap with a big play as we take a look at, we were a little behind on that instant replay. Our apologies. We take a look at Will Rolap scampering into the end zone. The point after attempt here for Kirby. He puts it up, and it is good. 35-7, Darien. Quick strike. Hancock to Rolap, and just like that, you talk about deflating a balloon in the stands here. That took the air out of things for Fairfield Warde.
Definitely. It was just a simple play by Darien. They brought a couple of the receivers on the left side on the clear-out route, and they brought their slot receiver across the middle and took a slant right to the house.
66 yards, pass catch, Hancock to Rolap.
It's been tabulated. We will let you know what the winning tickets number is. Thank you.
So a big play for Will Rolap and Darien. You talk about the yak yards after the catch, and Will Rolap displaying that as Darien getting ready to kick off here. Andrew Donovan will kick off for the Blue Wave. And Declan O'Hara takes the ball across the 20-yard line, and the Warde offense back out onto the field with 11 minutes and, well, now under 11 minutes remaining in the game.
Ball on the 23-yard line.
35-7 Darien, and it looked for a moment there that Warde had got the momentum and was going to make this even more interesting.
I would let them tell us the line is.
You can hear through our mics how quiet this crowd has gotten. The pitch out, and nothing doing there.
Ball carrier number 6, Aaron Ramirez.
Aaron Ramirez, the 5'8", 180-pound senior running back, gets the call there on the pitch. And
Will Bothwell with a great defensive play for Darien, coming out off the left side and tackles him for a loss. A big stop on first down.
Second and 14 for Fairfield Warde. Here's Golbin looking downfield, throws it up, and it is intercepted at the 40-yard line by Michael Minikis. We talked about the Hergets. Well, there's a lot of Minikises around, too.
You are right, Damien.
Michael is the latest in a long line of Minikis athletes. and he makes a big interception there. And the ball is spotted at the 41-yard line, and Darien takes over after the Warde turnover. Fairfield Warde trying to make something happen. We talked about that earlier, taking chances downfield, and unfortunately that chance did not pay off. Here's Will Kirby with the ball, and he is brought down by Brandon Young, the big fella, 6'1", 240 pounds.
Gain of 3 yards, second down, 7 to go. Ball is on the 38.
Second and 7 here for Darien. Hancock swings it out to his right. Lucas has it. It's complete. He's down the far sideline across the 20. Still on his feet inside the 10. A big play. Cooper Hancock to Andrew Lucas.
I like what Darien did there. They came out in 20 personnel, 2 running backs, no tight ends. They send Lucas out on a little flare route, and they hit him quickly, and he was able to get a big chunk for first and goal for the Blue Wave.
First and goal from the 9-yard line.
Damian Andrew, Matt DeAndrea joining you. Thanks for joining us on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation.
Flag prior to the snap. False start.
And that'll be a false start on Darien.
First and goal for the 14.
That'll back them up 5 yards. Ball will be spotted on the 14-yard line. I've just been told by our statistician, Ted Brennan, 7 penalties on the Darien offense. Here's Lucas. He cuts back and he brings it down inside the 5.
Yeah, that's a strong run by Lucas right there, making one cut and getting upfield for a nice gain, setting up for second and goal from looks like the 3-yard line.
Ball spotted on the 2-yard line. Here's Lucas, cuts it back, and he's in the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the night, as we are going to take another look at this. Lucas cuts it back in. You see the official signal the touchdown. Will Kirby comes onto the field. Point after attempt here. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is true. So, with 7:24 left, it's 42-7. Darien. So we will have a running clock from here on out, or unless Fairfield Warde scores, but up 35 in the second half. It's a running clock. And it's funny, just moments ago it was 28-7 with Fairfield Warde deep in Darien territory.
Yeah, Warde made one mistake throwing the ball deep to cover receiver, and you know that kind of flipped the tide. We had a close one going for a little bit, but you know Darien is trying their hardest to close this one out.
You and I kept looking at each other like, oh, things just got a whole lot interesting, and then just like that, it seems like it turned the other way.
That's right, Damien.
Right now it's a commanding 42-7 Darien lead. And as soon as this clock starts to run, it will not stop as long as Darien stays up 35 points.
8-5, 3-5, 3-0.
Donovan, the kick, and it's fielded by Paganos, and he brings it out to the 30-yard line. Jeff Saganos, apologies, I said Paganos, it's Saganos. Jeff Saganos, he's had a great game for Fairfield Warde, been all over the field, offense, defense, making tackles.
Number once again is 8-5, 3-5, 3-0.
Declan O'Hara comes off the field for Fairfield Warde, and the Mustangs offense goes to work here with under 7 minutes remaining in the game. Warde down 42-7. Ball taken out across the 30-yard line. Well, Matty, it just goes to show you penalties and turnovers.
Penalties, you're right. Penalties and turnovers can make or break a game.
Yep, can totally change the momentum of the game. I mean, Darien was still up 28-7, but things were getting interesting for Warde. The pitch and wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage.
Run for a loss. Back to the original line.
And that was Aaron Ramirez with the
Third down and
carry.
10 to go.
Third down and 7 for Fairfield Warde.
10 to go from the 30.
Third and 10 here for Fairfield Warde. Golben looking downfield. Pass is complete on the far side of the field.
Pass is complete.
That was Will Stearns who had the touchdown catch for Fairfield Warde. Nice pass catch there. And that is a Fairfield Warde first down as the clock continues to count down. It's a running clock right now with Darien up 35 points. That is the rule in Connecticut high school football. Up 35 at any point in the second half, and it becomes a running clock. Here's Golben under center now on first down. Pitches out to Ramirez. Ramirez cuts it back, and he is swarmed by about 4 Darien defenders. Picks up about 2 yards.
8 to go from the 42.
That's a good, strong run there by Warde. If I were the Warde coach, I would be trying to score here at will, just because if you score here, it's going to bring some momentum in next week's game.
Three minutes remaining in the game. Fairfield Warde, second down here. Ramirez again gets the call.
Ramirez, the ball carrier.
And he picks up maybe a yard. John Henry Slaneski on the tackle for Darien. Next up for Darien, Friday night, next Friday, at Stadium Field, under the lights on the campus of Darien High School against Trumbull. And how about those lights? I know you've had a chance to check them out. Year 2 of the lights at Darien. You, of course, never got to play a home game at Darien under the lights. And now it's become a, you think high school football, you think Friday nights.
You think Friday night lights.
Yep.
That's right. It was always a bummer that I never got to play, but, finally we got the lights and we're able to play at home on Friday nights.
Big play by Sam Wilson, jars the ball loose.
And Alex Von Jena, he picks that ball up like a Nerf ball, tries to take it to the house.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this change of possession, we are going to call this winning raffle ticket one more time. $145 for number 853530. 85.
Let's see if Darien just takes a knee and runs this clock out.
Big play by Sam Wilson. And the Darien offense back out on the field. As Darien is going to just take a knee here and run the clock out. We're going to bring in our very own Ted Brennan, who's been keeping stats with us for us. And he's going to update us on what's been happening statistically for Darien. Ted, welcome in. Under a minute left. Have at it.
Well, there was a 66-yard touchdown earlier from Cooper Hancock to Will Rolap. That connection's been going well all season long. So later in the third quarter, Lucas had a 2-yard touchdown run. He's been all over the field tonight, as I mentioned earlier. He's got around three or four touchdowns tonight. So he's been really valuable for this Darien offense.
Yeah, no, pretty much Darien, had control of this game for, throughout the course of the game.
Nice job, Teddy Brennan. And that will just about do it here at Tetro Davis Field. Darien comes to Fairfield and comes away with a 42-7 win. The Blue Wave remain undefeated on the season, the number 1 ranked team in the state. Now I want to thank Matt DeAndrea. Matty, it was great being with you. Interesting game. Things got a little interesting in the second half, and then just like that, snap of your finger, and Darien goes up big and extends the lead. But certainly it was great having you with us on the DAF Media Network.
Damien, thank you very much. Pleasure to be here, and thank you to the DAF Media Foundation, and just happy to be out here with you guys.
Awesome. That's Matt DeAndrea. I want to thank our Ted Brennan. Also want to give a shout out to our entire DAF Media production crew. Camera 1 is Jackson Leone. Camera 2, Ben Olson. Ted Brennan, our statistician, producer, did a great job. I am Damian Andrew. For Matt DeAndrea and our entire crew, Damian Andrews saying so long. Again, Darien wins 42-7. The Blue Wave remain undefeated.